Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and that is the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma in the new Trailhunter overlanding trim. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a quick tour, hop in, show you around, just how much space is inside. And unfortunately, I can't drive this one, but we hope to have that coming to you soon. Stay tuned. All right, Gearheads, I am at the 2023 Texas Auto Riders Association Texas Truck Rodeo, where we are given this to take a look at. And yes, unfortunately, we cannot drive it yet. This is a pre-production version, but since I have the hood propped open with a prop rod, we can talk some details on this one. We'll go ahead and show you there are two different places you can put a prop rod on this, because this is a very big mid-sized truck when it comes down to it. They have lifted it, it's gotten wider, and this being the Trailhunter trim, like I said in the intro, it is great for overlanding and really exploring, trails. Hunting trails. But the powertrain in this one is the new iForce Max powertrain, that turbo hybrid, producing 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. So yes, the V6 is dying in this segment, but Toyota is really bringing the heat with this 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque here in this Turbo 4 hybrid powertrain. Closing the hood on this, you can very much tell that this is in the same family as the Tundra. This really looks like a 9/10 version of the Toyota Tundra. A little bit of Sequoia styling built in here, but very, very familiar to anyone who has experienced the new Tundra. You get the LED light bar underneath the Heritage Toyota badge here. And then you get the rigid fog lights on this one, so nice partnership. Lots of third-party accessories on this vehicle, especially, like I said, being the new Trailhunter trim. So we'll start down low and we'll talk about the stance on this thing. So it sits up wider and taller than all other models, which you can really see here with these large over fenders. These are flat black plastic over fenders. We have seen painted over fenders on TRD Pro models and the like there, but these are the flat black ones. We do get LED lights up front, LED all the things. And while we're down here, you can see, unlike the Tundra, we actually do get some recovery hooks up front here. I'll go ahead and pull in close and show you. We do get a couple of black recovery points. We do get some underbody protection here. And coming around to the wheels and tires on this, I really like Toyota's use of bronze on this one. So Toyota's been using bronze on several of their vehicles lately, and it really works here on this Trailhunter. So we can get these very unique bronzed wheels. They are 18-inch wheels wrapped in 265/70 R18, 33-inch tall Goodyear Wrangler tires. It's a very nice look. And then hiding back behind here, we've got some Trailhunter badging on the suspension components. You can see coil over shocks up here. Old Man Emu suspension and shocks on this one. So again, just going to that aftermarket and really leaning into some of the partnerships that Toyota has built or is building. Coming around, you can see we do have a snorkel on this one, just to give you better airflow in wet or dusty conditions. Coming down here, I'm going to go ahead and crawl under and see. We have some rock sliders here. Are they bed mounted or are they frame mounted? And as we look down here, where are our mounting points? It does look like we're actually mounted to the frame. So a big one up over the competition over at General Motors with the GMC Canyon AT4X and its body mounted body protection. Not my favorite. I definitely prefer mounting them to the frame. Each brand will tell you both have their merits, but yeah, that is definitely my preference treatment here. And then moving to the back, we get a multi-link rear suspension. Gone are the leaf springs. We still get leaf springs again in the competition from General Motors in their Canyon and Colorado pickup trucks, but we are slowly seeing leaf springs being phased out of pretty much any pickup truck not wearing a General Motors badge. So that is definitely a modern take on the rear suspension of this pickup truck. And then as we move to the back, you can see here very familiar Tundra styling. I mean, look at the Tundra over there. Very similar styling as we get to the back. The taillights are very similar, and we also get the push to open power deploying tailgate on this one. So that one did not expect a power deploying tailgate on this one. So that's a nice touch here in the midsize segment. As we look inside, no surprise, this is a composite bed. Tacoma's had the composite bed for years, and that continues here with this one. They've even upped that to the Tundra, which now gets a composite bed. You also get power back here. You get 120 volt, 2400 watt, because this is on the iForce Max hybrid powertrain. We'll talk more about the batteries when we get inside. I'll show you those under the back seats. Got a little bit of storage over here, and then we've got a compressor hidden behind this panel right here. So again, talking about going off-roading and overlanding, so you have a built-in compressor that you can preset your air readings for airing up and airing back down. So very nice touch there. And because it's a power tailgate, you just need to pull up on it and it'll go ahead and close. Underneath, we get this ARB steel bumper on the back. Very nice steel bumper. And again, unlike Tundra, we've got some tow hooks back on the back. These red ARB tow hooks on the back that you can see are bolted into the frame. And nice steel bumpers on the back here. We do have jack points, lift points for it, high clearance jacks, high lift jacks, so that's a nice touch as well. So a lot of good body protection on this one. Coming around to the interior, this will be my first chance to really get inside the new Tacoma. So you know they debuted this earlier this year in May, and this is our first chance to really get to see them here in person on the channel. This Trailhunter gets a very unique kind of blue-green interior treatment, but again, very familiar to the Tundra design language. A little bit more unique storage options in here. This is a pre-production model, so I'm not going to completely judge materials just yet, but we've got some unique choices here. This kind of looks like stone with your new Trailhunter badge. Nice place to rest your arm when you're driving down the road. And we get more of that stone look trim up front here. Coming to the seats, again, that kind of blue-gray in color interior, I really like it. My whole house is painted like this on the inside. So this is definitely a color that appeals to me. Nice orange accents on this one as well. Pretty cool looking seats. They look very comfortable, but let's go ahead and pop in and see just what it's like. Oh yeah, sitting inside this one. So very comfortable in here. No longer are you sitting butt on floor, so to speak. Toyota did address the common complaint with the Tacoma. They raised the seat up, and I feel like I've still got a good amount of headroom. I'm 5'10", so I've never really had headroom problems in Toyotas or Tacomas, so all around, not too bad here. Coming around to the gauge cluster and the steering wheel, again, if you're familiar with Tundra, you're going to be familiar here. Very Tundra steering wheel, Tundra digital gauge cluster, a 14-inch infotainment system, just like in the Tundra, in this one as well. That is a class-leading 14-inch system. I really like Toyota's system. It has a lot of very useful features in it, especially when it comes to their cameras and their invisible truck feature. So I really like that. Go ahead and start over here by my left knee and work my way across. Lots of buttons. Toyota always does a lot of buttons. I can't complain because we did get out of the GMC Canyon and we were wishing for more controls. Well, we've definitely got them here. You've got your brightness controls, opening your fuel door, your automatic brights, traction control, that bed power. You can lift and lower the tailgate from here. And we get 3, not 4 auxiliary buttons here. So you've got some pre-wired accessories that you can add onto it, and your LED light bar, your fog lights, and your light control for whether or not they come on with the doors or not, and your brightness for your gauge cluster. Coming over here, I like this setup better than what's in the Tundra. So the Tundra's HVAC controls are kind of tucked underneath the screen. This works a whole lot better to me. It feels more reachable. You can see we do have heated and ventilated seats up front here, which previously was unheard of in the midsize segment, but it's now becoming more standard. I said I wouldn't judge materials, but these are fairly nice materials in here, especially for a pre-production unit. We do get dual zone climate control. It all seems very easy to read without being too button heavy. Again, I hate to keep bringing up that GMC Canyon, but we were so recently in that it is a logical comparison. Looking in here, we've got some storage up here. I can't show you too well, but right here we've got some USB power, and I'm sure that's how you also interface with the screen here if you'd like. Toyota spelled out here on the dash. We do get a very interesting glove box. I like the design of it. Makes it very big, wide opening, and easy to get in. And then again, coming to the seats, really like the seats, really like the material usage. And here we have the safe inside. So again, talking about being an overlander, there you go. We get a Qi wireless charger here, USB-A or USB-C ports up here for charging your phone, wired. We get a mechanical gear selector here, and your typical Toyota drive controls here. Like I said, I can't wait to actually get in and use this and see how all this works together, see how they implement it. It was a little bit of a letdown for me in the GMC in that they didn't do off-road presets like Ford did with their GOAT modes in the Bronco. You had to know what you were doing as you were turning the dial. Do get a camera button here, trailering button, locking rear differential, and a front stabilizer bar disconnect. So that's a nice touch. Plenty of storage up here. And again, I already told you about headroom, but I do want to show you, we have a standard size sunroof up here, so you can get a little extra light in here. We were able to get the electronics turned on to show you what the screen looks like and what everything inside the vehicle looks like when you've actually got the vehicle running. I wouldn't hold any weight to some of the numbers you see. Again, this is pre-production, but you can see a full digital gauge cluster, very reminiscent of what you get in Tundra. And then you do get a head-up display in this model as well, which is a nice feature, nice update. And then again, I told you a 14-inch screen here. The Toyota system does not really get a dedicated home screen, but that works just fine for me because I've always got CarPlay pulled up, so that's a nice touch. And again, I told you it's got dual zone climate control, but I can already tell you a feature I absolutely love. The ventilated seat came on without me having to push it on, so I don't know if they had left it on or if it's using the temperature presets here with the temperature readout from outside. But I absolutely love that, and I can tell you these ventilated seats work. So all around, a very nice IP here in this Tacoma Trailhunter. And another feature that we couldn't experience before is the fact that it's got a rear view camera mirror. So the leader in the pack is able to actually invest and put the time, energy, and effort to really give you the materials in here and the features that a lot of consumers want. So very excited to see everything that Toyota is bringing to the market, bringing to the segment, and it'll be nice to see how the competitors respond once this really gets out and going in the market. But now the real question on most people's minds is probably, what is the back seat like? Because mid-size pickup trucks are generally pretty tight in the back seat, and I do want to show you on the door here. The materials are not quite the same, but again, this is pre-production, so I don't know if that will translate, but the design is very similar to what is up front. And coming back to the back seat, again, very sculpted seats. They look very high and tall in the back window. They really make this back window very small. And we do get a couple coat hooks up here So that's a nice touch, but let's pop in here and see exactly what me at 5'10" looks like riding behind me at 5'10". Okay, so I could probably actually move the seat up a little bit based on where I was sitting just a moment ago. So that's not too bad. I'm definitely sitting more up off the floor in this, so that's not too much of a complaint. Fairly comfortable back here. It's more upright, but it's the back seat of a pickup truck. I've got a nice cutout for my head up here. No real complaints. Let's see, we've got a strap here that folds down the entire back seat, so no fold down center armrest, but we'll fold down the seat here in a second. A couple cup holders on the back of the center console for rear seat passengers. And a couple more USB-C ports back here. All around very nice, but I said I would show you not only the seat, how it folds down, which again, you pull that strap right there, you can fold the seat down. So GM famously ditched their fold down rear seat for the current generation of their midsize pickup trucks. You still get it here in the Tacoma, but interestingly enough, that is where your top tethers are for your child seats. So I kind of get the feeling putting a child seat in this vehicle is not going to be a lot of fun. But Toyota also makes a use of it, giving you some storage back here for your tire equipment. You can see there's a bag hook right there for you to put some groceries, so you could have a big flat load floor and still load up your groceries. Underneath the seat here, see if I can actually, do you have to pull a lever? Yep. Underneath the seat, you really don't get any additional storage because, again, like the Tundra, this is where the battery pack resides for that hybrid powertrain. So I do like how you still get a fold down seat back, so you can still get a large flat load area. It does kind of compromise how much vertical space you have in the pickup truck, but otherwise makes for a good loading and load out environment. Last but not least, I do want to bring you up here. This is, again, the overlanding build trim that comes with a factory warranty. So you get some cool stuff like this ARB Sports Bar and the lighting built into the bed rails here. So again, the perimeter lighting, thinking about, you know, you putting a rooftop tent on this and living out of it in the middle of nowhere. They've thought through some of that stuff. And you might be saying, well, that's awfully short bed for what I would need for overlanding. You can get a 5-foot or 6-foot bed. So Toyota is the one brand that still gives you options with cabs and with bed lengths. Ford and General Motors have both gone to standard crew cabs and standard short beds. So that is really the norm over at General Motors. And the Frontier is essentially a highly refreshed version of an aging platform. So they've simplified it there by also going to crew cab with a short bed. So really nice that the sales leader can afford to really put the time, energy, and effort into giving consumers what they want. This platform does offer a manual transmission. This platform does offer a 2-door option. So there is a lot of good that Tundra is doing, or Tacoma is doing in the midsize segment. But there you have it, a very quick tour of the 2024 Toyota Tacoma in the Trailhunter trim. You can see interior space is right on par with competitors. Some unique packaging in there. All around, I can't wait to get to have some time behind the wheel of one. Maybe all the trims, I don't know. Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for me, from the Texas Truck Rodeo with the new Toyota Tacoma, until next time, gearheads, bye.